everybody. Playing Food Chain here. Round 4 of the Legacy League. On the draw, get this hand. And I think that is a keep. The Emrakul is okay because we have the Food Chain, so we're like 2/3 of our way to the win. But I'm more excited about the fetch lands, the Brainstorm, and the creatures here. And we're up against Tropical Island Go. So that could be like Infect. Could be Shardless. So let's see here. Could be Canadian Threshold with Wasteland or Stifle. I think we're gonna fetch out a basic forest here and play the Deathrite. Means that we are not going to be Strixing on turn 2. Well, probably. But this way we get to play around Wasteland. We can get Island off Mysterian Forest and Swamp off Delta. Okay, they have Daze, which is mildly annoying, but not the end of the world. Means we are up against the Delver deck, so that the basic lands are good, the Strix is good. It's weird though, they don't have turn 1 plays, and I mean they didn't have Stifle because they would have stifled. So we're just going to shift the turn back. We could have fetched in their upkeep. Oh. It is Infect. Infect splashing white. So I think actually we do Brainstorm here. We probably don't have to play around Wasteland. We're up against Infect. They might run Wasteland, like as like a 1-up or a 2-up, but I don't think so. Okay, Murderous Cut is great. We're gonna cut on our turn here. We're gonna dump the Emrakul because we have Fierce Empath, and whatever else we're gonna draw on our draw step. So. Means we won't get to cast Baleful Strix, but that's okay. So we worry if they force this. We're doing it on our turn because they're tapped out, so they can't cast Vines of the Vastwood to give it Shroud. If they had mana open, we wouldn't. We would instead do it on their end of turn. Or alternatively in response to them going nuts. Okay, so I mean, Blighted Agent is by far the biggest issue for us versus Infect, because we can block everything else. And we have lots of bodies to put in front of stuff here, so that means only really Berserk of their pump spells kill us, like through Baleful Strix or whatever. Okay, so there's a Wasteland. That's a shame. Okay. Listener Elf. So again, I think we probably fetch and Brainstorm here at end of turn. I feel kind of silly for not playing around the Wasteland. And now I'm doing it, and that might end up punishing us. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, so we're not looking good here. Well, they have to not kill us on their following turn or the turn after that. I guess fetching a non-basic wouldn't really matter here with the brainstorm we had. Wow, this is an awkward spot to be in. Let's see if they have some fireworks. Nope. At this point, just anything that doesn't kill me is fine. Sadly, we are just having to pass the turn again. And this is probably where, like, even if we draw land, we might just be too far behind. If we're not dead, that is. Well, we're dead. Yep. Alright, so we bring in Golgari Charm, Toxic Deluge, Night of Soul's Betrayal, probably Pithing Needle to name Ink Moth Nexus. Is that good enough? Not sure. Might be a bit too cutesy. We remove think we can remove a Manipulate Fate and a Mistral Griffin. And maybe a food chain. So, like, we would rather draw removal and stuff and then just set up a combo or a board control win later down the road. Yeah, I'll take this. It's not great. We don't have a removal. That's a bit of an issue, but we're on the place we get to resolve our death right. We have force and we have a food chain, so I'm not hating this. Right. Noble Hierarch always means that you're not dead on the next turn. And we draw Decay, which is really nice. We're not gonna swing in with the Death Right. We'd rather represent having something for 3 mana because maybe that'll make them not fetch. Blinded Agent, sure. So I think we're gonna decay the agent now. The only question is if they give it Shroud with Vines, do we force? I think we force. They can't daze, because we can pay with death right now that there's a Misty in the yard. And I think next turn we play out the food chain. Oops. Now we attack. They might. I actually now completely blank out if they saw what we were on. If they did, they might have brought in like Crows and Grip for food chain. If not, then it's pretty cool. Okay, another noble. I guess just what, regular beatdowns? I guess so. I'll take that any day of the week over their infectors. What else? Yeah, decay's not bad. So, like, the only way they get an infector to attack us next turn is if they crop rotate for Inkmoth Nexus. But we can't decay Inkmoth Nexus as it's a land, so I think we're safe to just play out the Mist Hollow. And I think we are also fine to serve in with the Death Right. Stillman Library will need to be Abrupt Decayed. Come on. Asterix is good. Alright, so we will serve in with the Mist Hollow. And I guess we'll just cast Strix for free. Well, not exactly free. The cost of me straining my fingers, clicking all this time. So we have 3 blue, we can exile it for 5 black, recast it for 2 blue and 2 black, cast the Strix, see what we get. Wow, our own Sylvan Library. So sadly we can't use food chain mana to cast other stuff than creatures. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. They only have 2 cards in hand, they have no Infector in play, and we have a pretty solid board. Yeah, sure. Dried Arbor beats. No, okay, they don't want to trade. Alright, so we activate Sylvan. Yes, please. We will take Manipulate Fate. Oof. We're just swimming in value now. I don't see how they're beating this. Oh man, if you were only able to just announce the iterations. So I'll try and edit this out if I remember. All this pesky clicking. It was the same when Splinter Twin was allowed modern, and I played a bit of Splinter Twin, and like you genuinely like lose like a game to just. All right, so now we have 3/3/3 flyers that are basically immune to removal and have vigilance. And they can see. Alright, excellent. So, if they didn't have Bring in Crows and Rip, they certainly will now. So yeah, Food Chain. It is a pretty powerful enchantment. Oh, excuse me. Come on, opponent. Mulligan faster. Or no, mulligan sideboard faster, I mean. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we probably can't keep this. I mean, they're mulliganing to 6. But a one-lander against the Days Wasteland deck. We have Brainstorms. Yeah, actually we'll keep those. We can fetch basic. They keep their 6 and they're scrying currently. Oof, they don't have blue. Or they might have. They might just have to kill next turn. Actually. Well, we're going to fetch a non-basic. We're going to fetch a tropical and play out Deathrite because they can't Daze without an island, which means that they would have to force. So for them to win here, they would need to have triple. Actually, no, they would need to have no. Actually, yeah, they would need to have triple invigorate. If they do, then that's just sick. And I will bow down. They don't. Alright, so they could have double invigorate though, in which case we just die next turn. We could brainstorm here and hope to hit a land and then Strix. I actually like that better than just the Strix. In both cases we play into days. So yeah, not great. This Deluge is really not good against, like, it's good against all their other creatures, but not the Ink Moth, obviously. Well, let's put it back like this, I think. Or rather, maybe the Emrakul. Well, we're going to draw both anyway, so it won't matter if the Strix resolves, that is. So we just really have to hope they don't have a daze here. If they have daze, I'm really concerned. Oh, they don't. Excellent. So right now we lose to another land and then pump spell Berserk, because that gives it trample. Where's the other land? Another Infector. So I guess we brainstorm here. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad, right? Because we will get to decay the Glistener Elf. So let's put back Emrakul and one of the empaths. And we can play out our second death right. Or actually, do we do that? Then we kind of lose to Wasteland then. Yeah, no, I don't think we do that. We just pass the turn. If they only attack with the Glistener Elf, we'll just not block. And if they shoot off like pump spells, we will try and win through, like, we'll decay in response and hope to not die. Oof, Lighted Agent. That actually makes me want to Toxic Deluge soon. Although, if then they have a pump spell, and then we are sad. Oh, and we forgot to use our death right, so great. Way to go. Alright, here's what we will do. We will let them attack with everything, and we will block the Glistener Elf with one of the death rights. And we'll see what they do. And then we can end of turn decay the Lighted Agent. Okay, now it is getting pretty tempting to try and deluge for one. Alright. And we just have no blocks here. The biggest issue with deluging for one is that we lose our own Strix, and then they will not lose their Ink Moth Nexus. So they paused as though they had a pump spell of some sort, which makes me kind of want to decay this agent here and make them use their vines if they have it, because the vines can also pump it next turn, making it survive the deluge. Also, we don't want a deluge, or that. Never mind. And oh Christ, man, I'm all over the place. Forgot the death rate again. All right, let's see where this gets us. I mean, we're basically just dead to like 2 pump spells on the Nexus. Alright, they protect that one with 1 pump spell. That's 1 pump spell less. We have decay for Mr. Agent. It's obviously a problem that we don't have a Strix anymore to protect us. Yep. If we don't die here, we're not looking terrible with the food chain, but I'm not holding my breath. Okay, well, we don't die. Oh, that's a dead draw. So how far towards Emrakul are we here? We tap out to food chain. Then we tap on Death Right to make a mana and then exile him for 2. So we have 3. Exile another Death Right for 2. We have 5. Use 3 to Empath. That means Exile Empath makes it 6. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. 6, 7. Or actually, hang on. 7, and then we cast Gurmak for 1. So we're at 6, exile Gurmak for 8. So we're 1 mana short. If they had fetched, oh man, that's too bad. But it means we can do it next turn. Chances are that they're sitting on like a counterspell of some sorts, like a daze or whatever. If they don't, and we don't die now, then we have Emrakul. Noble Hierarch, sure. Ugh. This doesn't bode well. Okay, we're not dead. Phew. Right, I guess we should actually be exiling stuff here. Come on, blue card. No. Alright. Well, they can't grip it, so it's like if they have force. If they have force, we're boned. Oh man, cruel world. Guess I should have seen that coming. I guess we play out this Gurmag. We're in 7 Infect, so without a pump spell, we're dead in 1 turn. You can still hope to top deck a food chain, I guess. I don't know if it's wrong to just go for it there. What's this? Yeah, alright. Come on. Yeah, no, we're dead. What are we drawing? Golgari Charm. Wow, that's a good card. Alright, I will try and jump in for the last match. See if we can go 3-2. Alright, round 5 on the play. And we get this hand. It's a little heavy on the Griffins, but I think we can keep it. We just played Delta Go. Aren't that many stifles around, even though we did just face one earlier in this league. Stifle deck. Island Ponder. So probably combo of some sort. Could be miracles. And they do not shuffle. What I don't like about manipulating my fate here is that it will immediately let them know when we're on, which is nice to be able to hide that, but I don't like not doing anything here either. So let's go. We have 2 Griffins, so they might force this, which we will definitely let them if they're on miracles or show and tell. Alright, so we exile a Griffin and probably one of the last 2 fates. We get Brainstorm, so that's nice. Let's pass the turn. So it could still be... Oh, it's Grixis control. Sure, they can have a Pyromancer. Let's brainstorm. So, this is not bad. I think we want to Strix here. Then next turn, oops, maybe food chain? Not quite sure. So they're likely to have stuff like Bolt. If they Bolt this Strix, we're going to let them. Then we're going to untap and play out a Griffin. Then on the following turn, I think we're going to play out Food Chain and then Brainstorm. Okay, we didn't want to see the black mana. We definitely do not want... Oh, there's my dog. Hey, Pooch. We definitely don't want them to Cabal Therapy us. So they want us to discard. I think we're okay discarding. I think we are going to discard a tropical island. Come on, dog. We lose the Baleful Strix, but that's okay. I mean, obviously this is less than ideal for us, but I think it's okay. I think we don't force, we keep the force in the face of this, because 4 Griffins and Food Chain will likely win us the game. Let's see if they will allow us to do this. If they force here, they probably won't. They might have Bolt for this. And then I'll have to make up my mind if I am okay with that. It won't take that much for them to run away with this game. Their Pyromancer, like if we don't get the food chain up and running. So like the biggest concern for us right now is like the probe therapy, or I guess just even therapy, because the food chain is the like name. Murderous cut. Alright, so hang on. So now we take 3. We drop down to 14. Then next turn let's say we play the food chain. Then we take 5. Drop down to 9. Maybe we take 6 if they have like another spell. So we drop down to 8. But then we get to play 3 Griffins. Is that enough? I think it will be enough. Well, I mean, that probably will be enough. So we just have to like we'll force. They'll probably have force for this, which will give them another token. But that's okay. Yeah, we force back. Just have to. We don't have double force. We don't. We don't do anything else. We'll take 6, drop to 7. So like double bolt doesn't kill us. Oh, and we even draw the force for like in case they have another counterspell or daze. That was a bit lucky, but I would have been fine chancing it. Okay, so we win. Just like make a run for 15 mana and cast Emrakul and hope that will prompt them to concede. I'll need to leave up a Griffin too, just to actually be able to have lethal on them in my extra turn. So like I won't just get to 15, I'll get to 19 to be able to cast the Griffin again. You see what I mean about the whole like not being able to execute a loop here is just mind-numbingly frustrating. Makes this deck so much of a pain to play on Magic Online compared to paper. I suppose eventually I will tire of complaining about that. I'm sorry that I haven't yet. Alright, getting there. The whole like wasting time becomes much more of an issue when you're also playing the Tidespot Tyrant, because in that scenario you can actually like draw your entire deck with Baleful Strix, or you can like, if you have been Clique, you can control their, like, you can just keep bouncing Clique and playing it again until their hand is exactly what you want it to be. And you don't get to do that on Magic Online because it's just simply completely unviable. Alright, so now we get to play Emrakul, and hopefully they'll just concede. I guess it's do most of the work now. Already. Alright, they have not conceded. Guess I will just play out the second Griffin, just in case they have something like Vendilion Clique. I guess I could just force that, but whatever. Yeah, okay, no, they concede. Alright, so sideboarding wise, we definitely want the Golgari Charm, the Knight of Souls Betrayal, the Toxic Deluge. Probably want the Obstinate Bailoff, because we're up against the Lightning Bolt deck. I might be completely off here, but I don't think we actually want the Gurmag Angler. I don't think it matches up very well against, like, the Pyromancer. I think we cut a Griffin, we cut a Manipulate Fate, and cut a Baleful Strix. That also doesn't really match up all that well against the Pyromancer. We keep this as a good hand. Get to play out Deathrite and into Abrupt Decay. They probe us. Let's hope they don't have Cabal Therapy. Ugh. Good thing is, if they do have Cabal Therapy, they might just be tempted to, like, they might be too focused on the food chain right now and go for that. Whereas we'd actually just want, this hand wants food chain the least. Double probing, that's interesting. Makes me feel like they've kept a greedy hand. I don't think they're playing Wasteland. You don't often see Wasteland with basic island, but I think we can afford to play Wasteland. To play around Wastelands. Alright, Young Pyro. I'm guessing they don't have a third probe. Also guessing they have to just know that Young Pyro is for sure getting Abrupt Decayed. That was a mistake. I should have played out the Delta and not shown them that I've drawn. Like, they've probed this, so yeah. Just thought, I don't know why I thought I would need more island getting lands. So, and I think we just attack. Sure, brainstorm away. Oh, excuse me. So, playing around Wasteland like we are doing here actually means that we can't both play Strix next turn and keep a black mana for Deathrite, so that's a bit annoying, but I think I hope it won't matter. Let's just put it that way. I also hope they get like Wasteland Brainstorm locked here. That'd be great. I guess not. Alright, so let's wait a second and pretend like we are sitting on Force of Will. Sadly, they will probably name Food Chain and hit. They might name like Brainstorm in the dark. Okay. What am I talking about? They knew our hand, right? Okay, so sure. Guess maybe it means they have like an answer for food chain. I think we play out. They might have like spell pierce. Oh my. Yeah, okay, they have spell pierce. So that's not great. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's fine. So something good. Oof, okay. This brainstorm better happen. Don't have a blast. Do not have a blast. No. No. Okay. Man. I'm gonna cry if they have like red elemental blast or pyroblast. Oh, thank. Whew. Man, that's excellent. Hmm. So I think we put back decay delta. Then we cascade through the delta and hit decay on their death right. I've never played Shardless Bug. I have to say, like, in these creature matchups, Shardless Agent is just a ridiculous card. Like, casting Agent into Decay like that, just been completely switching around the board state is just very, very unfair. Okay, they have a Pyromancer. Okay. So I guess that's a thing. Well, if this resolves, needless to say, I'll be quite chuffed. Okay, it doesn't. Fair enough. See, now this is really bad because now they get to flashback therapy. I guess it's going to be a blind therapy, and I'm hoping, like, I think there's a decent chance they won't just blind name Shardless Agent. They have a lot of live draw steps though, like live draws here, like any cantrip is excellent for them. Probe is obviously great because they get name like precision name therapy. A therapy in itself is really good. So what have you drawn? Oh, okay, no, never mind. They flashed it back. I'll be quite impressed if they name Shardless Agent. They did. Wow. Did they know that? Did I show them? Oh, wow. That's quite the foresight. They now have a card in hand. I think we're still safe to play just the agent to attack it with it. They might brainstorm double block, but yeah. So obviously this state of events or of this state of affairs still favors us, but it won't take a lot for it to swing. like a bolt from them to take our death right, and that'd be really bad. Yeah, we'll play the second death right. We can still force with our first death right. I'm just gonna try and close out this game as quickly as we can. Alright, they concede. Excellent. So 3-2 with Food Chain. I mean, I've played like 4 leagues with this deck so far. I'm at like 2-3, 4-1, 3-2, 2-3, 3-2. So I mean, not great. I do feel like it has quite a bit of potential right now as the meta is. I'm sorry we didn't get to play against Miracles in this league, because that's actually a really cool and fun matchup, and I think Food Chain is favored, if only slightly. But that's a pretty big claim in Legacy. And currently 50-50 versus Eldrazi, but I think we're also probably, well, maybe 50-50 is pretty much where it's at, but that's pretty decent against that deck. It might even favor Food Chain a bit. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep playing it for a little bit. It's very soft to fast combo, which is annoying, but we should have enough in the sideboard to at least make it a fighting chance afterwards. But yeah. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you soon.